What's up, DG? It's Matt, and Ethereal is not here again, so I'm doing this myself. I recorded this entire video, and my microphone was not fully in. I fucking hate this week. Also coming from an Outlaws fan, so you know exactly why. But we're just gonna get into this video. So we're gonna go through our recap here, and we're also gonna do some predictions of the knockouts phase, and in the future we'll do the summer showdown itself. But we also have another treat for you if you look at the other tab, and you can identify what that is. Many of you might know, but we'll see. So first we got Atlanta Reign and London Spitfire. Now London Spitfire, they looked good week one. They looked like they were improving, and then they just kind of shit the bed. They just I don't know what the fuck happened to them. They looked like horse shit. I'm sorry. They look like horse shit this week. A lot like another team that I am a fan of. So it hurts. And speaking of hurts, oh god. Next match, you know, this is kind of what happens. I can go in depth with my team because I'm a fan of them. Uh, being the team that we are, we barely win control maps, and what happens is, you're not likely to always win that second map. Like it's not always going to be a little safety net for you. So when you actually lose that second map, you're down 0-2 in the fucking series, and you can't do anything. It's like we throw the first map and then we think we can always just fucking sweep them the rest of the time. What happens when you lose map 2? Your mentality is gone cuz you're down 0-2 and you can't recover from that shit. And now and then you get 3-0'd. So that's what happened with Boston. Nothing really went our way. Punk had an insane diva bomb. Like the whole fucking kill feed. It was insane. And kind of talking about the future of that, we had to play Dallas next. That didn't help, and then we just went down 0-6. It hurts when your team is as hyped as they've ever been. They're featured on the pre-show, the back chat, the plat chat. You know, looking ahead of the knockouts because you're up 2-0. You're feeling good. You're +5. You're wanting to go Hawaii, and then you just go 0-6 week 3 and miss the knockouts. You just completely choke and fall flat on your face. It sucks, man. And I'm kind of talking out of my ass here because Friday games were highly anticipated matchups, and yeah, my last video didn't age well because I'm like, oh, the Battle of Texas is gonna be battle for first seed, and it was just fucking horrible. It didn't age well at all because Outlaws just kind of they got outs, but yeah, Friday sucked. You think all these matches were gonna be pretty close, especially because of how Justice was looking, and yeah, they all just get 3-0'd. London looked horrible, like I said, and now they're kind of back to the drawing board. Especially even with Sparker. I don't know what to do with this team. Gladiators 3-0 Toronto. As you can see, like Saturday, I was really hyped for it. I thought it was gonna be very close, and it was just disappointing. I mean, Outlaws did get a draw, so it went to map 4, but in the end, those don't count as like a half a point gone. Like we got out of the knockouts regardless, so it was just a disappointing day of Overwatch in general. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of not doing the East here, but we're gonna do the entire West. This happened some hours ago. We got Atlanta Reign versus Boston Uprising. After Boston 3-0'd us, they're like, oh yeah, we're probably this elite team, top 5. I'm like, no, you're not. I'm sorry. As an Outlaw fan, I know it's biased to say that because you beat us, but you're not. that doesn't make you elite. You know, people will just beat a good team every once in a while. That's what called upsets. So don't get ahead of yourselves. And I never changed my prediction. I would have changed it to like a 3-1, but it was even worse. Atlanta's kind of just this super team. They're a top tier team for sure. You just never know. Uh, Toronto Defiant, Dallas Fuel. You know, perfectly predicted 3-1. Toronto did get that Kings row. Dallas attacked first. So, Toronto knew their win condition because they got stopped halfway through the map. And they knew what to do. They knew how to win, and they did it. That's how Toronto got, more maps than us against Dallas. uh, Final game, I'm glad this went to map 5, personally. All Justice had to do was get one map, and they were in instead of Shock. I can't believe Shock was even still in the equation by the last fucking match of the weekend. But sorry, I'm burping. I can't believe Shock. Like, it's literally like script writers, man. That were keeping Shock in this, so that's crazy. But they did get the map, and they got the first 2 maps, and the Gladiators were kind of coming back. I thought it was going to be a Gladiators Paris reverse sweep by the Gladiators this time, but thankfully Justice. I don't know why I say thankfully, but Justice got it done. They didn't embarrass themselves. They did the job, and now they're kind of ahead of them in the standings, I believe, for the knockouts. So yeah, we'll see how that shakes up. Those predictions will be right after the West here. So, I mean the East. Fuck. I'm sorry, guys. It's like midnight. It's almost 1 o'clock. Uh, and yeah, I'm just brain dead. I literally just recorded this video, and my quality was absolute shit. So I felt like you guys deserved more. So I apologize if I'm kind of like Robin Williams running through this, but I'm fucking tired. So yeah, and I'm stuttering a lot, so that also helps. But nonetheless, we got Hanjo Spark in New York Excelsior. I don't know why I fucking say New York Excelsior like I'm fucking King Arthur or something. Excelsior, Excalibur. I don't fucking know, but NYXL because everybody loves that name. Got this predicted perfectly. We knew Spark was. I mean, you guys didn't. I thought Spark was better than New York, and it showed. It was a good 5 map series. It was fun to watch, to be honest. The next one was fun to watch as well. I didn't think this was to go to a game 5, but it did. Especially like the next match after this, we knew what was gonna happen. So to have 2 map 5s was awesome, and Chengdu won. Chengdu was just better in the melee where the meta fits them, and I just think they're better than Fusion. I'm sorry. So Fusion is just a one stage wonder, is what I call them. They're good for one stage, and then they kind of fall flat on their ass. People call it like a honeymoon team as well. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Fusion. Uh, and you just got Shanghai Dragons and Valiant, which actually didn't look too bad. Valiant didn't look too fucking bad, even though it was a 3-0. Like, we kind of expected this, but they put up a fight against, like, the best team in the league, in my opinion, so it's pretty cool. It's pretty good for Valiant. You got stuff to build off for next season. But again, back to the drawing board. Like every day, pretty much. Not just every week or every stage. Poor Valiant, man. Sucks to be a Valiant fan. Next we got New York Excelsior again, and Philadelphia Fusion. The two should be American teams here. It wasn't a fluke in last stage. New York is just better than Fusion, apparently. I got that wrong. Of course, it was the one fucking double points game of the East, so that sucks. But yeah, New York made the knockouts too, so I find that very interesting. I wonder if they're gonna fucking upset Dragons. Crazy that would be. I can't imagine New York upsetting the Dragons. I mean, the 4-0 curse might be real, so I wouldn't be surprised as much, but I would be terrifyingly surprised if New York beats Dragons. Especially like their record, they went 11-1 this stage, and you got Valiant, Chengdu. Chengdu got the job done here. I don't think this went to multiple maps. Like they didn't draw. I don't remember that. I think I watched this game to be honest, but yeah, they did. They did what they had to do. Spark and Dragons. I thought Dragons were gonna go 12-0. I did a little hot take there. Wasn't really a hot take, but yeah. Spark got a map off of them, so good for them. We kind of knew Dragons were gonna win this anyway, but Spark has some promise, man. Especially like all these other teams that Dragons faced. Spark has some real promise to them. But I will make a hot take for the Countdown Cup. Guangzhou Chards are going to make the knockouts. They're not gonna make. They're not gonna make summer. They're not gonna make Countdown Cup or like Hawaii and that stuff. But I think they'll make the knockouts. I think Charge is gonna. It might be good. So you heard it here first. Yeah, that's all I got for the recap here. I fucking hate my Outlaws right now, but I also love them to death. So yeah. Uh no. So we're gonna do the what do I want to say? The predictions for the Summer Showdown knockouts, not the Summer Showdown itself, which is Hawaii. Actually I want to show you this first. I'll show you my predictions who's going to Hawaii. So now you know kind of what I'm predicting for these knockout matches. Basically, Atlanta, Dallas, the 4-0 teams, and then Chengdu over Seoul. I know a lot of people are gonna have Seoul too. Like this is kind of like 50-50. People have Chengdu, people have Seoul. That's pretty much the change here. Like these teams, you should have these three teams here, or you are like a troll or a clown. I don't know. I don't know what to say for that. But yeah, for my predictions, who's gonna win these like first rounders? Obviously, we got Chengdu winning against Seoul. You got the Dragons beating New York. I don't really have scores predictions for these. Yeah, I don't have scores. I'll just kind of say who wins. Eternal Injustice is a tough one, but just seeing like the consistency of Justice, I'm gonna go with Eternal here. People are probably gonna have Justice. This is one of the toughest matches. I'd say the toughest matches in A to predict or like say who's gonna win. Yeah, I'm gonna go Eternal here. Gladiators over Boston, and those respectful teams with their respectful opponents are going to lose to the Dallas and Atlanta. So that's what I got for the knockouts. And for the ending here, we're going to do a little power rankings. Now, I set up the power ranking already from the previous video I recorded, but it was shit audio, so here's the list here. I'll kind of explain what I got. So Shanghai Dragons and Fuel are no doubt the best teams in their respective regions. They went 4-0. And just so everybody knows, this is like a power rankings of... oh god, I'm losing my voice. This is a power rankings of Summer Showdown, the regular season specifically. This is not like predictions of the knockouts. I mean, it kind of is, but this is just kind of how I thought the teams ended up at the end of the season as well. The end of the stage. So here we go. So you got Shanghai and Fuel 4-0, obviously in tier break. I'd say Atlanta's the best team behind them, and I'll say Chengdu, Seoul. They're interchangeable depending who wins that knockouts match. I would change. Obviously Paris because I think they'll win over Justice, and since both of those teams beat Gladiators, there's no way in hell I'm gonna put Gladiators above them. And then Boston Uprising, I'd say the worst of the teams that made the knockouts. And then we got it's weird. I have like New York on this tier, but there's no way they belong in the knockouts, man. I mean, I don't know how they keep making it. So I got the Outlaws above them. I think they could be. I think they beat NYXL. I know the Outlaws would never in their fucking life be able to beat any of these goddamn teams, even Valiant. Like their performance this week. But let's be real, they're not trash overall. So I'd say they could beat New York and Spark because APAC is really embarrassing. So, and I put Shock in their own tier because I have no idea I have no idea what the fuck Shock's doing, man. They're supposed to be an elite team and they're not. They're supposed to be a great team and they're not. They're just a fine team compared to all these teams. They're kind of like just the Summer Showdown in general. They were one of the worst. It's weird to say. They are in the bottom, like the bottom half. It's crazy. It's crazy to think that. This league's changing, man. It's weird to say. And so I got a Toronto Defiant under them with a tier break, along with Fusion and Charge, since Fusion definitely brought Charge to the ground. I expect to bring Charge up in the future. I expect, but just because of my hot take, they'll make Countdown Cup, but that's not always the case. Now, for the final tier, I have pretty much the winless teams of the Summer Showdown, and I even like after week if it ended week 1, I would have had Mayhem under the London Spitfire because I thought the Mayhem was worse, and then they went to a game 5 with Fuel, so I'm like, oh, there's no way in hell they're gonna be under Spitfire. So they're at the top, but they did go 0-4. So you can't really put them anywhere else. And then the Vancouver Titans, of course, trying to get them breadsticks, and Valiant, who showed progress, not not like progress that would make you above any of these fucking teams, but progress that you did better against like S tier teams. So that's pretty good to see out of them. And yeah, that's the video, guys. Tune in next week. We'll have a predictions for the Summer Showdown, hopefully with Ethereal. And hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow.